And tonight we're gonna party like it's episode 1999, because it is! And also because we're almost done with this game. We just have this last boss fight to do, and then we're done. We're definitely gonna be done with this game. There's not another week of videos. Don't go looking at the members only feed and seeing what's already uploaded. Why would you think that there's another week of videos still in this game? It's the final boss of the 102%. It's K. Rool, and he shoots the gun, and it's just one long continuous series of shots, one big old pattern of shots that you need to dodge throughout. And you know, he's got the thing where he shoots the blue clouds that freeze you, and then they show like kind of the pattern of what the spike balls that he's going to shoot afterwards is. So you know, he shoots the one and then the other one that goes fast through it, and then he does the pattern but more complex with more shots, and he does the thing, each one 3 times, and then he does the up, and then there's the things, the spike balls up, and then the spike balls down, and then there's kind of a mid one, and one with the gap in the middle that you need to duck under, and then the gap you need to jump over, and then he gives the barrel, and that's got the shot, and you just need to do it once, and that's it. You don't even have to dodge a shot, because he just explodes and gets launched into the core of the island, whatever this mystical, magical, weird, wibbly stuff is supposed to be. And then, it's just, yeah, you did it. Congrats, we did it. Hooray! Hooray. And we're back sitting on the beach and relaxing. Everything's good, and look at the dance. Look at them dancing. And then we're up on the cliff watching the island sink. It's a little bit, continuity's a little bit off in this version of the ending here. And they've got, they added an extra little thing here, where Funky comes along with his gyrocopter, and he drops a bomb. And that's what happens. He blows up K. Rool, instead of K. Rool just kind of sailing off into the distance. So that's kind of fun. And that's it. We finished the game, and there's not like any more credits or anything. There's my 102% complete. And one last thing to take a quick look in here is if you go back to the video game hero screen after beating the final boss, they didn't update this text. This text in the original game was displayed because you got the video game hero screen after defeating the final K. Rool as the island was like shaking up and about to explode. They just didn't replace that text. It makes no sense in this version of the game to have that text there. It's just sort of there. So like that's a clear indication that they were kind of lazily throwing this stuff in. Anyway, here's the bonus games. So yeah, it's just like you can play. There's some like multiplayer versions of the bonus games. You can like freely play the bonus games. There's the Espresso Racing. It has your best times, your best like lap times that it saved for each track. That whenever you do the race in the main game, it tracks your high scores and tracks them in here. And you know, you can play with different numbers of laps, and you do one of the tracks, you pick whatever track, and you do it, and it's the same race with the same opponents and the same stats that they have. When you pick the race from the menu, you just have an espresso with 5s across the board, since you know you haven't loaded a save file, so you don't have all of your own feathers and stats from that. And yeah, that's the Espresso Race, and there's Funky Flights. You could do the Funky Flight things, and there's multiplayer version of that, and I'm not going to bother showing the multiplayer versions of any of these. I would have to set up emulation of that, and I'd have to unlock the things first in the emulated version, because of course I don't have a second copy of the game to connect, and I'm not sure if this needs a second copy of the game. I'd have to read the manual to see. Sidebar will tell me whether you need a second copy of the game, and I don't know, maybe if it doesn't need a second copy of the game, I'll do a quick recording of just, like, connecting my Game Boy together and recording what that looks like. And I do have link cable and a second GBA that I can connect if I don't need a second copy of the game. But you get the things. Here's Bag-a-Bug. I'm just playing it one more time because I didn't really get a good score the first time, so here's what it looks like to get a slightly better score when you don't get smashed by Clubba along the way, and you can not lose all of your progress in the middle. There's like high scores that it starts with for them with the different like character name initial things in there. That's, I guess you could, if you really wanted to, try to beat, but there's nothing for that. And so I got the new high score, oh boy. And that's all the bonus games. And so all that's left to look at is Diddy's Dash. So you may have noted that compared to the first Donkey Kong Country, this didn't have like the hero mode. This didn't have the mode where you go through without star barrels or without DK barrels, and that's because Diddy's Dash is in this game. It's a speedrun mode. It's a time trial mode where you only play Diddy, and you need to get through the stage as quickly as possible. So no extra hits, you do kind of get checkpoints. It has every non-boss stage in the game. Has a thing here with a score, with a time to beat. They all start at 5 minutes. And there's a thing in there where if you chain combo kill multiple enemies with the same attack, like you roll through multiple things at once, you get the clock will freeze for an amount of time based on how big a combo you got. Although the combo stops registering if you get above 6 or something. We will see that a little later. Because as it turns out, I wound up feeling compelled to go through this entire thing and get all of the scores, all of the times cleared. Because there's extra text from Cranky when you do that, where he tells you things. And I have the brainworm that makes me need to do things that hurt me for inconsequential rewards. So you get through the stage, and you know he says, "Oh, you beat the best time." And then you can put in your name for the score, and it tracks your score. Because there's not like a way to have scores already from the main game in this mode, because it's, you know, this has like the checkpoint system. There's like throughout the level there'll be those lines of stars, and as you cross them, that's a checkpoint. And if you die or like take a hit, you'll go back to the most recent checkpoint in the stage that you crossed, but your time will still be advancing. So I went through all of the stages and I beat the 5-minute times on everything. And after doing that, he gives us some secrets. He tells us some of the cheat codes for the game. Sidebar will say what all of these cheat codes do. Mostly, these are cheat codes that were already in the original version of the game, but like this is another way. And also, he challenges you to beat his records. He updates all of the records with his own, and if you beat all of those harder times, then he'll give you another set of cheat codes. So of course I had to do that, and we're going to take a complete look in depth at every stage, speedrunning, because I fully 100% mastered this fucking game, and I'm going to prove it, and we're going to see. And so I have a full understanding of exactly the best way to clear every level. And so I can say with the highest authority that the levels are bad and the game is bad. And it's not just because I'm bad at the game, it's not because I don't like a hard game, because I fucking beat it fully and thoroughly. Pirate Panic, the whole deal with getting the 20-second time in this is making use of the whole clock freezing thing. There's lots of areas where you can get chain combos of enemies. You just need to do that enough times to keep your time down. I just barely made it. I could have gotten it a little bit better with some more time freezing combo kill things, and it could have gotten a little bit faster, but there's a little bit of leeway on all of these. You don't have to be 100% absolutely perfect every time. And then, of course, whenever you beat one of the Cranky's records, he brags about how, oh, I was just walking along, or sometimes he'll accuse you of cheating, or, you know, things like that. And it's again, that kind of toxic mindset of being, like, aggressively egotistic gamer. Mainbrace Mayhem. You're climbing up. A note for this mode, you can still enter bonus barrels. You do not actually go to the bonus stages when you do that, but it will kick you, like, it'll basically teleport you to the spot where the bonus barrel would leave you afterwards. There are some situations where that can be beneficial, but for the most part, you just want to ignore the bonus barrels, because a lot of them will actually just slow you down, because it has to play the animation of the barrel, like the icon swirling in, and then it teleports you out. So it's just kind of slowing you down. Yeah, Mainbrace Mayhem there. Most of these stages, the real key to clearing them is clear the stage without taking a hit.